Hey everybody, it's Colby Meals with Legacy Point Realty. I'm here to go over August numbers for the real estate market in North Texas. Now, I know that this is about a week late and I apologize. Last week, I was in the North Texas, I'm sorry, not the North Texas, but the state of Texas Realtor Conference in North Texas in Fort Worth. It was a great event, met a lot of people, learned a lot of new things. So again, my apologies for not getting this out last week. However, let's look at the numbers now and see what happened in August. We'll start off with the number of units sold. If you'll take a look, this is the first month this year that we've actually seen most of the counties that we look at have an increase. For all of this year, a majority of them have seen fewer number of units sold month over month, and so it's good to see that this is finally showing some increases. Now, Cook County, if you've been following us all these updates all year, you've seen Cook County has struggled every single month. Well, this past month in August, they finally had a fantastic month. 60% increase, 20 more units sold. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but whenever you have a county like Cook County that doesn't have very many large market centers, this is a fantastic number for them, and it actually almost completely erased their year-to-date deficit. So, and that's the same with all the other counties. They're close to 1% or under 1% short of what they did last year. And if you take the entire 7 counties, you'll see we're pretty well at a break-even point. So it's good to see these number of units sold show some healthy increases. The next thing we like to look at is the median sales price. And as usual, the median sales prices are on an increase. They have been all year. We've seen a steady increase pretty much in every county except Cook, which finally they have broken into the green, and they're starting to see a healthy increase there. The next thing we look at is months of inventory. We've had this year anywhere between 3 to 4 months on hand. That's on an average. Some of like Cook County and Fannin counties have had higher, and even with the good month in August, you can see that Cook County's months on hand went from 6.5 down to 3.8, and so that's a good sign that they got some of that inventory turned. 3 months on hand, that's still a seller's market. But buyers don't fret. I've got some information for you coming up that shows you that you've got some good buying opportunity. The next thing that we see is going to be the days on market. This is one that I started showing last month, and it felt in July that things were taking longer to sell, and so that's why I looked at it, because I hadn't looked at it. I haven't had it on these reports for all year, but whenever we felt it in July, I was like, you know what, let's track this and see. Well, in August, it really showed that most counties took longer, and if you look at Cook, I know we had the big increases on the median sales price and the units sold, and then the reduction in the months on hand, but it still took a lot longer to sell than it did this time last year. So these longer days on market means that buyers are not buying as much. Sellers, even though the median sales prices are higher, that they're not getting what they're negotiating more. They're not getting exactly what they're asking. So they're coming off their list price a little bit, and that's what this next slide shows, is the closed price versus list price. And you can see August 2018, we were getting 97.8%, and this year it was a reduction down to 97.4%. Now, you think people are one of the things that I get asked is, okay, well, if this price or if this percentage right here is lower, but we're still seeing a median sales price increase, how is that possible? Well, all that means is that the sellers that are listing their house are listing them pretty high, and so when they're not getting those numbers, because you can see they're taking a lot longer to sell, so when they're not getting those numbers, they're negotiating a little bit more, and they're coming off of their list price, and so they're settling on a closed price that's less than what they listed for, and that's where you get this 97.4. Those closed prices are still on average almost 3% higher than what they were last year. So sellers are listing higher, they're coming off that list price, they're still closing higher than what they were this time last year, if that makes sense. So you do see that the buyers do have opportunities for some negotiation. Some of these listings are sitting on the market longer, so that makes sellers a little bit more anxious to get the property moved. All in all, August, it was a great month, both for buyers and sellers. One of the other things that we saw in August, and even now we're starting to see, we've had some pretty good fluctuations in interest rates. They were down a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, really low. They took a spike a little bit earlier this week, but everybody, all the industry professionals on the mortgage side are saying that they're expecting them to come back down. So again, a lot of great opportunities for buyers, and still great opportunities for sellers to get top dollar for their properties. So I know that's kind of if you're a seller, you're like, okay, that's great, and if you're a buyer, it's not one way or the other. Both are getting to benefit in this healthy North Texas market. Hey, if I didn't cover a county that you're interested in, or you know what, yeah, we see the county, but we want to take a look at the actual city or neighborhood, or if you want to know, hey, what's the market analysis for my own personal home? I don't need all the big picture. I want to get down to the minutia and know what my house, what it's looking like. Please reach out. I'd love to help you. I'd love to answer that question. My number is 903-818-6452. And as always, I'll have this out for you next month. And I appreciate all the input that I've gotten and feedback from the people that watch this. It really helps me make a better presentation for you guys that are watching. So, you know what? Y'all have a great week. Great rest of the month. And next month in October, I will have a market video update for you before the third week of the month. So y'all have a great day, and God bless.